Hey guys, so welcome to All In Yoga. Basically, I've been wanting to do this for a really long time. It is a yoga series of videos for yoga on YouTube, and so many people have asked me to do this and said, where can we find you? Where can we find you? So finally, here I am making it happen. And I wanted to shoot this little intro video because we found a space. It's a loft in downtown LA, and we're recording these videos. And there is like church bells going off, there's motorcycles, there's car horns and traffic. So I am going to put a video up that I filmed today. It's a short little flow that's really beautiful, and it's a flow that I do every time I self-practice. And so I wanted to share that with you. But just a warning that there are car horns and church bells and noises, so the sound isn't quite the best. We're working it out, but I wanted to get something up there for you guys to have it up as soon as possible. So I hope you subscribe. It's All In Yoga, where we practice being all in with mind, body, and spirit. The word yoga means to yoke, to bring into union, to unify. So we practice focusing the mind on the breath and the breath moving the body, and really implementing the spiritual practice of yoga into our movement. So it's not just a workout. The workout and the physical benefits of yoga sort of end up being a side effect. And the reason why I really love this way of practicing yoga, which is from ancient times, the way that it was taught and meant to be this sort of spiritual practice, which has been a little bit lost along the way, but I won't go off on a tangent. So I like to practice in that way because it helps me clarify my perception, it helps me really get in tune with my spirit, and overall, just in a nutshell, bottom line, it's improved my quality of living. So I'll be sharing more Dharma talks, more insights, more of my personal story as well in some short little videos, and then I'll do a few different yoga flows as well. But for now, I'm putting one up, and I wanted to put a disclaimer out there that the sound is not great, and I know this, and we will improve, but I wanted to get something out there for you guys. So thanks again for watching, thanks for listening. Namaste. If you're joining me here today, take a moment to sit in a cross-legged seated position. And what we want to do here is just make your spine nice and long, focusing on length from the tailbone all the way up to the top of your head. Lift your heart up just a little bit, relax your shoulders down and back. Imagine your shoulder blades sort of sliding down towards your tailbone. You can rest your hands on your knees for grounding down energy. If you're feeling like you're very sluggish or lethargic today, you can open your palms up for receiving energy. So whatever you choose, just find a seat for yourself to ground down and begin our practice. I like to close my eyes, and we'll begin by taking 3 breaths together. So we'll take a deep breath in through your nose. Hold your breath for just a moment, and then slowly exhale. And as you do, just imagine tension being released from the body. And when you're ready for the next inhale, go ahead, take a big full breath in, feeling that breath expand into the body. Pausing for just 1 or 2 seconds at the top, and then slowly exhaling as you release. Imagine you were cooling off a hot cup of tea or coffee before drinking it. Last breath here together. Now take a deep breath in. And this time, as you exhale, maybe start to sense a cascading wave of energy flowing downward, grounding you down to the earth, softening your eyelids, your jaw, your face, relaxing your shoulders, and just settling into your seat. At this time, allow your breath to just flow in naturally, kind of watching the breath as it moves in and out. And then we'll bring our palms to a namaste or prayer position at the heart center. Gently bow your chin towards your chest. And just think about your intention for the day. That intention we got from the pronghorn this morning, action, getting into action. From here, you can blink your eyes open if they've been closed. And we'll take a deep breath in, allowing that inhale to guide your hands all the way up. Framing your ears with your biceps, and then as you exhale, twist towards your right. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Lift your heart up, kind of at a diagonal line away from your left hip. Draw the shoulder blades down. Take a deep breath here. If you have any slip discs or scoliosis or something like that, twists may not feel the best, so you can just take it in a more gentle way, bringing your hand across the body and your opposite hand around the back to open up the shoulders. From here, we'll take a deep breath in, reaching arms up, and then twist in opposite direction. Lifting the heart up and away from the right hip, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. And again, that modification looks like taking your arm across the body, opposite hand comes around to the low back, and we open up the shoulders. Good. From here, take a deep breath in, reach your arms up. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down. So our breath is guiding our movement. In yoga, we focus the mind on the breath, and the breath moves the body. From here, we're going to take the legs straight. So sitting in sort of like a pike position, and we're just going to shake the legs out a little bit. Just let those knees go a little crazy. You can even massage or rub your legs, get some energy flowing through. And then we'll flex the feet, sit up nice and tall. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up, creating length. And then as you exhale, fold forward, slowly releasing, using the exhale to travel. From shape to shape, we use our breath. While we're here, we'll rest in this pose. Take about 3 to 5 deep breaths in, and imagine breathing into your back body. So you can feel your back rib cage really expand, almost as if you were blowing air into a balloon. And with every exhale, just imagine tension being released from your body. If we can't reach our toes, know that these poses are less about being able to reach the final destination and more about allowing yourself to find a personal edge and always modify when you need. So it's more about taking your ribs towards your thighs and then reaching, right? And if that causes a little bend in the knee, that's okay. Stay here for one more breath. And exhale with me. Here we go. Slow roll all the way up. Stacking your spine, lifting your heart, rolling the shoulders back. And then we'll take our hands behind us just for a pause, just for a breath here, popping the heart up, squeezing the shoulders together. Big breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to let out an HA sound, like okay? Let's do that together. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. I'll show you this angle. Draw the heels closer in towards your body. Interlace your fingers around your toes. And then just allow the knees to soften towards the earth. Lift your heart up nice and tall away from your tailbone. Draw a deep breath in as if you were drinking water from the ground up. And then as you exhale, fold forward, taking your heart towards your toes, maybe using your elbows for a little bit of leverage. And then whenever you settle in, you can just drop your head down and forget about all the instructions. Just allow your body to fall into place as you breathe. Here is a moment in your practice when you can navigate, sort of explore through the body and find any areas that feel tense or tight or like they may be hanging on. This is a constant remembrance to allow the breath to flow in. And as we practice yoga, we're clearing physiological and psychological blocks so that we can invite in the breath to clear space for renewal, for more energy, and for newness to come into our lives. Take one more breath here. And exhale, release it fully out. And we'll press ourselves up into a seated position. And then use your hands outside your knees to help your knees together. Take a moment here just to wrap your arms around your shins, give yourself a little hug, and check in with yourself for the day. Just say hello to yourself. If you're doing this in the morning, say good morning. If this is the afternoon, say good afternoon. And maybe just ask yourself, how are you doing today? Beautiful. That is our warm up and our ground down. So from here, we're going to be standing up. So I invite you up to the top of your mat, and that means the front of your mat. And from here, you're going to take your feet about hips distance apart, turn your tailbone down just a little bit, lift your heart up, relax your shoulders down, and let's bring the palms facing forward. From here, we're going to flow through a little bit of sun salutation to get some circulation and energy moving through the body. So from here, you're going to reach your arms up, big breath in. And then as you exhale, fold forward as if you were dropping off a big, heavy weight. And we'll just hang out here for a moment. You can grab opposite elbows and sway from side to side. It might feel nice to just find stillness here. You can sort of rock back and forth or side to side. Taking some deep breaths here. And don't worry so much if you can't touch your toes or this feels really intense on the hamstrings. You can bend your knees a lot. And just let the spinal column decompress. Let your head be heavy. Good. From here, take a full breath in. As you exhale, release your elbows. And then we're going to slide the hands up the shins. So bringing the heart forward, relaxing the shoulders back. Creating a nice long line from your cervical spine all the way through to the tailbone. From here, take another breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to step back to a plank pose. Palms down, feet go back. And then we're going to send energy out through the heels, really stretching along the length of the back of the legs, broadening your collarbone, locking your shoulders in, and spreading your fingertips wide. Take your navel back towards your spine, engaging the core. We'll take a deep breath in, shifting forward, and then lower your knees, your chest, and your chin, keeping your elbows tight to the ribs. Flatten the tops of the feet, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're going to peel the heart up just for a baby cobra this morning. Drawing the shoulders down away from the ears, elbows hugging in tight. And then draw your right shoulder forward and just gaze over your left shoulder. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist opposite direction. Good. Come back through the midline. Inhale. As you exhale, press the tailbone back through the knees. Tuck your toes, and you're going to lift your hips up into a downward facing dog. Curling the tailbone up, sending the ribs back to the thighs. Your tailbone is like the peak of a mountaintop. Hands and feet are the base. Pressing down through the thumb mounds and the index fingers. Be strong in your hands and your feet. Bring your chin towards your chest so you're not straining your neck. And then you can sort of pedal the feet out here. Maybe like a stair climber or a kneading cat. Taking some smooth, deep breaths here. Just getting into the body. Good. Now take an inhale, lift your heels up, come up onto your toes, bend your knees, look forward, and bring your feet to your hands, toes to the wrists. Inhale, come halfway up again. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Bend your knees a lot as you sweep your arms up and stand all the way up and reach up for the sky. Thumbs to the heart as you exhale. Good. We'll do it all again a little faster. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, plant palms, step back. Plank pose. Take a breath in to set yourself up, shift forward, and then lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, peel the heart up, flatten the feet. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll lift the hips and stretch it out. Breath in to set yourself up, and then exhale, feet to the hands. Inhale, come halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Stand all the way up. And thumbs to the hearts. Breathe. Good. From here, keeping your eyes closed, just stand with your thumbs to your heart and take a few breaths to feel your feet on the ground, and notice if you feel a little bit taller. Notice if you feel more energy surging through your body. And from here, we're going to be building our yoga flow. Good. Take another deep breath in here, drawing energy up from the ground. And then just gently let that breath go. Good. Let's bring palms down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come halfway up. And this time, instead of stepping back to plank, we're going to bring the fingertips down and just step the left foot back. Left foot only. Right foot is forward. Ankle is underneath the knee. And we're going to keep the left palm down. Inhale, reach your right arm up and open. Trying to stack the shoulders. An external rotation of the left shoulder. Send energy out through your left heel and ground down through the front heel. The word asana means to stay, to abide. And asana is all the yoga poses. So we're staying, we're abiding, we're creating a mental and physical resilience as we breathe in these positions when they get challenging. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bring your right hand down. You're going to spin your back heel down, so now your back toes are perpendicular to your front foot. From here, we're just going to circle the arms up and come up into our warrior two pose. A good way to check yourself out is if your front heel is in the middle of your back arch, arms are at shoulder height, in alignment with each other. And what you want to do here is you want to ground down through your front foot and press forward. And then ground down through your back foot and press back. Then engage your core, lifting energy up and gazing over your front middle finger. Feeling like the proud warrior that you are. If you've made it this far in life, you are a warrior. Take your left hand to your back thigh, flip your right palm up, and then we're just going to take a big breath in as we sweep that right arm back, stretching along the right side body. Bend a little deeper into that front knee if you've got it. Take another full breath in. And then as you exhale, we're going to travel forward, cartwheeling the arms down, framing the right foot. Spin your back heel up, and then we'll step back to plank pose, taking a vinyasa, the movement between poses. So lower down to the earth. Always use your knees if you need. And then we're just going to slide forward on this one, straightening the arms if that's okay for you, rising up into upward dog. Then we'll press back into down dog. Take a deep breath here and side out. Good. Let's bring the feet to the hands. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Bending the knees, root to rise all the way up. And thumbs to the heart. So we've got one more side to do, and then we get to cool it down. So let's inhale, reach up, keep moving. Don't think too much, just move. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up. And this time, as we drop the fingertips down, you're going to slide the right foot back, coming into a runner's lunge with the right foot back, left foot forward. We might have to make some micro adjustments. You want that knee over the ankle, right? Energy out through the right heel. And we'll keep the right palm down. As you inhale, draw that left hand up and open. Really mindful movement here. Sometimes we have a tendency to kind of flail ourselves into poses, but we focus on structure in yoga and these specific shapes so that we can activate and strengthen the muscles around our joints and our skeletal structure to support us. and to practice safely. So let's line up the shoulders, really squeeze the navel in as you twist open and reach. Find your power, find your breath. Or I should say, find your breath, find your power. Your breath is your prana, your chi, your life force. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, let's bring that left hand down. You're going to spin your right heel down. And then we're just going to swirl the arms up and open. Big power here in your warrior pose. So again, just a reminder, you're going to ground down through that front foot, press forward as if you're trying to slide your foot through mud. And then ground down through the back foot. Engage your right glute. Press energy out through the right foot. Then we lock the navel in, lift energy up through the heart, shoulders down. We are standing in our power. Beautiful job, warriors. Take your right hand to your back leg, flip your left palm up, and then reach back. Full surrender. Peaceful warrior. Keep the energy in the feet. We're just playing with different directions of flowing energy. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Cartwheel down. You're going to frame that foot. Step back to plank. Take a big breath in. And then use that exhale as your strength to lower with control. As you inhale, slide the heart forward, lift up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Feet come to the hands. As you exhale, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Stand all the way up. And thumbs to the heart. Beautiful. We got to do that one more time, a little faster. I'm going to walk through it at a quicker pace, and then we'll do our cool down. All right? So here's where you can just flow. This is also a really simple flow that you can take with you on your own and do daily. It's a pretty quick practice once you learn the moves and you can really flow through them. So here we go. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms and just slide that right foot back. From here, we're going to keep the right hand down. Inhale, left arm up and open. Exhale, bring that left hand down. As you do, spin your back heel down. Big inhale, reaching the right arm up and open for your warrior two. Flip the palm, inhale and reverse. Exhale, cartwheel down, take your vinyasa. Meaning, step left foot back, big breath in, lower to the earth. Inhale, arch, ride the wave of the breath. And then exhale, down dog, hips go high. Good, feet to the hands with an exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. We're going to go straight into the other side. So just step the left foot back. Good. Now you're in your lunge. Left palm down. Right arm reaches up and open. Big breath. As you exhale, bring that right hand down and spin your back heel down. Inhale, left arm leads the way to our warrior two. Then flip the right palm, reverse back. Big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel down. Step back. Lower. Inhale, arch, rise above it. Exhale, down dog. From here, let's come up on the toes, and then we're just going to drop the knees down as wide as the yoga mat. Touch your big toes together, sit your tailbone back, and then we'll just rest the heart and the head. Resting here in child's pose for about 4 to 5 breaths. We're just going to allow the heart rate to calm down, the breath to smooth out. And if you feel the need to do that flow a couple more times, you can go for that on your own right now. Just kind of moving through it or taking a rest. Child's pose is universal and child's pose is unconditional. It is always here for you to take when you need a reset or to just reconnect with your breath. So rest with me here. Beautiful. Now, let's go ahead and just walk our fingertips towards the knees as we sit up and stack the spine. We'll bring knees together and just rest here in thunderbolt pose for just a moment, thinking about that message from the pronghorn that we received this morning, the message of action. And one thing that comes to mind as I float and sort of things are moving around and I have some clarity of perception, right? That's what yoga does for me, is it gives me some clarity of perception. It helps me see things in a new light. And action doesn't always look like action, push hard, go, go, go. Sometimes we need that. But sometimes there's more action in inaction, when we're in the rest and the recovery and when we're in self-compassion and taking care of ourselves and just slowing down. So this slow flow might be kind of challenging for some people that are used to go, 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 move, move, move. But it's really a healing process and a growing process to learn how to just slow down and practice self-care and compassion. Let's take one deep breath here together, just in reflection. And sigh it out whenever you're ready. We did a beautiful practice today. We're going to come down onto our back sides now and just cool down and take a restful shavasana just for a few minutes. So from here, you're just going to flip the body around. Let's lay on down, keeping the knees bent. You're going to bring your shoulder blades down to the earth. Let's take the feet about as wide as your yoga mat. So take it to the edges of the mat. Okay? And from here, all we're going to do is reach the arms up overhead, and you're going to let both knees drop towards the right. Let the weight of your bones surrender to gravity, releasing that left psoas. You can close your eyes, or if you're outside, you can stare at the sky. Whatever works for you, we're going to be here for about 15 to 20 seconds, just breathing and allowing gravity to do the work. At this point in your practice, you can really just surrender to nature. Let all of the forces of nature that support and sustain life, that are always here, to take over as you give yourself a break. Take one more full breath here, really directing that breath to the area where you feel the stretch the most or where you feel the most tense right now. And bring your knees back through center slowly, and we'll just let the knees drop towards the left, like windshield wipers, taking them all the way across. And you can always self-modify. If it feels better to have the arms down, kind of closed into yourself for support, do that. Whatever feels right, you can always add your own flavor on a yoga pose. Whatever class you're in, you can add your own elements that make the pose more suited for you. And we'll just breathe here. And again, think of that surrendering to gravity, letting go. Take one more full breath here, and again, direct that breath. In yoga, we direct energy to certain areas in the body to break down psychological and physiological blocks so we can invite newness into our lives. So let's take a big full breath into that space where you feel it the most. And then exhale, let it go. We can bring the knees back to center. And then very gently, one at a time, we're just going to bring the knees into the chest, grab each shin, and just rock from side to side. If there's any other stretches or poses that you like to feel complete in your practice, you may go ahead and do those poses. I'm going to lead us into Shavasana, the final resting pose. So poses that people might do at the end are a happy baby pose. You can try that if you're familiar with it. Or maybe like a reclined bound ankle pose. Letting the knees splay open, resting one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. So you can pick a restful pose or anything else. Maybe it's not even a yoga pose that you want to complete your practice. But I'm going to go ahead and get into Shavasana. So from here, we would just take the legs straight. Typical Shavasana is your heels are about as wide as the yoga mat. Palms are down by your side, about 6 to 12 inches away. And then we roll the shoulders down, let the shoulder blades melt into the earth. And here's where you really let gravity have all of you. Letting the weight of your bones be heavy. And as you breathe, just let the buoyancy of the breath create a floating-like feeling. The great mantra for Shavasana is, yes, I can, let go. And we'll be here for just a minute. So if you're doing something else now, I would encourage you to find your Shavasana and allow yourself, give yourself permission to fully release and let go. Rarely in life are we guided and encouraged to lay there and do nothing. So I encourage you to enjoy this minute. Oh my goodness, beautiful work today, everybody. Beautiful work. You warriors out there. From here, take a deep breath in. Before moving too much, just bring the heels together and maybe reach your arms up overhead as you breathe in. Take a full body stretch. And then as you exhale, let's bend the knees, maybe rolling over onto the right or left side. Curling knees into chest, taking a moment here, a sacred pause, resting in fetal pose. Remembering that intention, remembering the work you put into your practice today, and you should be proud of yourself for the work you put in, showing up for yourself. Go ahead and press yourself up into a seated posture. Unless you want to stay in Shavasana as this video ends, which you're always free to do. But I'll make my way up into a seat, sitting up nice and tall. And always at the end of practice, I check in with my body, my mind, my spirit, and just see how I feel different, right? And if I feel different, which usually I do. Even when I feel like I don't want to do yoga, I do it. I just trust the process, and usually by the end, I'm able to see a difference. So good work showing up today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. This is all in yoga, where we tend to mind, body, and spirit. The word yoga means to unify, to yoke, to bring into union. So we work with the mind, the body, the spirit. Mind focusing on the breath, which kind of represents spirit, prana, energy, right, our life force, and we move the body so we can create a more harmonious existence and help improve our quality of living. At least I know that's what yoga did for me. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to bring thumbs to the heart just for one last breath here together. Go ahead and breathe out completely. Bring thumbs up to the third eye chakra. Take a gentle bow to yourself. And in the spirit of honoring and respecting this sacred practice, each other, as we move into our day, we say namaste. Namaste to you. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.